What's going on, guys? Not at the girlfriend's house today. We're gonna be up at my house doing work today. I actually found this guy on the Facebook Marketplace and picked up a whole bunch of parts off of him. Kid has probably like every model Honda you could ever need from the 1990 to 2000. So we picked up everything we need. He even had the color of my car. So we got a new rear view mirror, or side mirror, to put on the passenger side. We got all new window switches. In the intro video I said, my windows are all ghetto rigged. I got all like the little door handle parts, just got to clean them up a little bit. Brand new door panel, so it's not all broken. And then I got this hood because my hood was rusted all the way through, and this hood's the same color as my car and has the clear coat still intact on it. So we can get that put on today. I have to have a buddy come up and help me put it on there so we can align it. But should be a pretty quick video today. I'll start getting started. The biggest issue today is going to be getting these guys in, because I kind of cut all the window wiring up to make it work for now. So I got to reattach all those wires together and make sure I have all the plugs still. I'm not sure if I cut all those plugs off or not. But we'll get over to the car real quick. We'll probably do this rear view mirror first. All right, over here at the car now. So to get these rear view mirrors out, it's pretty easy. It's just take the door panel off, take this little piece out, and it's 3 bolts back here, and this comes off. You can see the reason I'm replacing it. All the paint's gone on here. The mirror is barely being held on. It's the guy that I bought it off of has electrical tape holding it on. So this will be pretty easy to get off, seeing as though the door panel has broken body clips. So I can just pretty much yank. I could probably do it right now. Just yank. I'll do it with 2 hands so I don't break anything. I am working on a better way to film all this stuff. I'm trying to see if I can get like a tripod or something so I can do time lapses of me like actually doing the work. But I guess for now, I'll just update you guys as I get things on and off the car. But let me get this door panel off and this off, and then I'll show you where we're at from there. All right, we got the door panel off pretty quick, but I'm an absolute idiot and tried to take this off too fast and broke that plastic stud that goes into that body clip. So I guess add one of these guys to the parts list. Just one more thing I gotta get. I also just called an auto parts store and I did some testing, but as you can see, the wires are all mangled here for me trying to get this motor just to work on like some ghetto rig systems. I couldn't find any switches at any of the local junkyards. So the plan is get this window motor out, because I tested this motor multiple times. It's completely dead. I got one on order at an Advanced Auto near me, so I'll go pick that up around 2 o'clock. So we'll get this whole thing out, so I guess I can show you guys how to get a stuck window motor out as well if you're having trouble getting it out. But I guess for now, these are some 8mm bolts right here. This will just pop it off. So once I get that off, I'll show you guys what I like to do to clean the seals up and get the new mirror in. All right, like I said, pretty easy job. Got the mirror out. You see, try to unclip this connector, which is to move your mirror position from that switch over there. The only thing you gotta watch out for is these connectors have these 2 little prongs here that secure it into the circle. So especially if this mirror has to go back into the car, definitely want to break these because it could mess up the alignment of the mirror. Now the only thing we gotta do is, since it's like an outer seal here, like this whole panel has a rubber seal on it to stop water from coming in, I like to just get some sort of like Clorox wipe, Armor All wipe, get all the dirt off of it. And then also on this side, like all that dirt and gunk over there, just wipe it out just to prevent any future leaks, so you don't have any electrical issues down the line. So I'm gonna go into the shed real quick, find some cleaning wipes, get that all cleaned up, get the new window, the new side mirror in. Sorry, I keep trying to call it a rear view mirror. But as you can see with this mirror, like, it was definitely time for it to go. It was barely held on. I think if I took that electrical tape off, it'd probably just fall right off. So we get this brand new one on. Like I said, luckily found in the exact same color as my car, so it'll look pretty nice. And we'll get that in, and then we'll start working on probably getting all this window wiring sorted out. All right, just got the new mirror in, got the plug on in, all the bolts tightened down, no more shaky mirror. And like I said, same color as the car, matches up pretty good. So looked like it was always meant to be there. Like I said before, I just like to use any cleaning wipe. It doesn't really matter. I had some Armor All cleaning wipes lying around. I just try to clean any of the rubber seals down where it's gonna be mating to the metal, just to make sure there's no dirt pushing the seal up so water can get in. You have a lot of electronics over here. It'd suck to have water start seeping in through here and start shorting stuff out. Right now, what I'm going to start working on is trying to undo all of the crap I did to this. So for your window system, like this is the plug that goes into your switch. How Honda has it wired up is there's 2 wires that run over to the driver's side switch. Then you have 2 wires that go to your actual motor, and then you have a constant power wire. The weird thing with Honda is that it took me a while to figure out was that Honda shares the ground with the driver's side. So if you don't have a good driver's side switch, your passenger side switch will never work, because that master switch over there has to send good ground over to here for the window to work. So if you can't get good ground from over there to here, with whether your switch is shorted or you have bad grounding points, this switch will never work. It took me hours to figure out. I did so much testing trying to figure out what the hell was going on another car, not even this car. So just, like I said, if you guys are having problems with this window going down, I mean, first, test your motor, just, apply ground and 12 volts to these 2 wires that go to the motor, and just see if the motor will go down. And if that doesn't solve your issue, then you probably have a shorting issue somewhere over there. But for right now, I tried to jump power off of a lot of things. I didn't really care about getting the original Integra switches back in here. I just wanted something to work, so I tried to ghetto rig switches to work. I actually jumped power. I think I didn't use this cigarette lighter anymore, so I tried to jump 12 volts from the cigarette lighter, jump it through like another random wire over here, and get power over here before I figured out that the window motor didn't even work. So we're just gonna cut all these wires that I put in out, reestablish these connections here, make sure they're all working good again. And then, like I said, around 2 o'clock, I'm gonna go get that window motor to put in. And then hopefully by the time we get everything in, it's all working properly. And then once we get all this wired up, if it's still not 2 yet by the time I'm done all of this, then I'll work on getting the driver's side in. We'll make sure the driver's side window works properly again. And yeah, and then after that, we can move on to, what else do we have? Getting this door panel in, we can move into that. And then, like I said, I have to call a buddy up to help me get this hood on and off. And then after that, probably just wash it down for the day, and that'll be it. All right, started getting these connections reestablished, ran into some snags though. I got this one lock wire reconnected, got the main constant for the window reconnected, but these 2 guys for the wires down here, way too short for me to get a butt connector on. Like, I kind of got this one on, so it might work, but I'm definitely gonna have to pull a soldering iron out to get this one reestablished. But I'm parked on the other side of the street from my house, so I'm gonna have to pull this across the street, hook up the soldering iron, and hopefully I'm good enough at soldering still that I can get all of this reconnected. There's really no point in me reconnecting the window motors to where they're supposed to go, because this just unplugs right here, and then the whole window motor is coming out anyway, so there's no point in me wasting the butt connectors to put that on. Aside from that, once we get that soldered up, like I said, we'll move on to the driver's side, and then around 2 o'clock, I'll go pick up the new window motor so we can have all working windows in this thing again. All right, fast forward, on the other side of the street. We got the soldering iron ready to go. It's nothing crazy, it's just like a little AutoZone soldering iron, nothing crazy, just small solder and some flux to get it going. Besides this wiring, I forgot to mention, I also had to cut wires underneath here. You can kind of see this red wire when I jumped the power from the cigarette lighter. So I got to reestablish wiring up there so that constant ground is getting power again. And same thing over there, I had to jump a wire, I forget which one, to get the wires to run up here. So I got to reestablish it down there, and then all the connections up there. But for now, we'll just focus on soldering up that little, oops, sorry. You can't really see with the sun, I'm covering up the camera. I'll just resolder that right there. I think this butt connector might work, but I'll probably just solder it while I have it out. And from there, then I'll update you guys when I move on to that side after I get that done and these wires done. All right, well, I'm anywhere good at soldering whatsoever. I'm awful at it. My joints look like crap, but it works for me. It gets power to where it needs to go. All I really do, if you guys have zero soldering experience, is just get a lot of flux. I put it on each wire, and then I get the little coating of flux, or a little coating of solder on each wire, and then touch them together and just heat up the solder on each wire, and it'll just bond them together. Like I said, I mean, there's way better ways to do it than that, but it's connected and power will get there, so that's all I care about. Now I just gotta move up to under the dash. I'll do under the dash over there, and then I'll move on to that. And then, like I said, it's about like 1:30 right now, so in about a half hour I'll go pick up that that window motor, and then hopefully we can get all these windows working. All right, after a very tough time, I finally got the driver's side done. The passenger side was real quick. You just gotta drop the computer down so you can get the wires behind it to reconnect the window. But I was getting pretty pissed off doing this one because the harness is all the way up there, and for some reason I cut the back of the harness trying to get these wires jumped. So I had to reach all the way back there with butt connectors while trying to lay underneath the clutch pedal and disconnect all these wires I ran. It was an absolute mess, but it's good now. I just gotta like get all this stuff pushed back into place, and that'll be it. Now I just gotta move on to the door panel, and then we'll test out the switches, make sure they work, and then hopefully by then Advanced calls me and says they have my motor ready. All right, I didn't really take too many breaks to film everything, but I got everything connected back up. I'm about to test it for the first time with the new switch. Also just twisted those window motor wires together just to see if maybe it works still, you know, save it $75 not having to buy a new switch. So just gonna, let's see, it'll be oriented this way. So this is driver's side. Oh, I also put the new fuses in. I had to take the fuses out because I had all these exposed wires just hanging. So I put the right fuses back in. Let's see if it works. Oh, well, I guess turning the car on would probably help with seeing if the windows work. All right, let's get the car on. All right, take 2 of seeing if these windows work. There we go. Windows work just fine. And it wasn't bad for all these parts either. The guy I found is about an hour away from me. Like I said, you know, new hood, all these switches, a door panel. Yeah, I paid like, I think it was $100 for everything, and Junkyards wanted $125 just for the hood. So I mean, brand new switch work, or not brand new, but used and working fine. Let's see if the passenger works. Oh, look at that. I guess I had the wires ran wrong, because this seems to be working fine now. It's working up or down, up. Yes, there we go. Saved myself $75 too doing all this. I thought I had to get a brand new window motor. All right, well, I guess let's get everything back together here. Get all the panels on, get everything looking, you know, like it's supposed to. And then I'll call my buddy up and see about getting the hood on here. All right, we just got everything back in here. We got switches back in. They're all working good. The locks even work again. I rewired the locks, so this button works, the mirror adjusters work, window locks work, everything's back to normal, so I can actually use both the windows. Like I said, saved $100 by that motor working again. This one, all the body clips lined up fine, so now the door's not just hanging off, it actually is securely on there. This switch is functional, mirrors in, and then now I just need to get that little plastic piece from the junkyard or something. Probably hit up the same kid that I got all the parts off of and see if I can get that little piece off of them. Now we just gotta get this hood off. It's just 4 bolts, and we just gotta spend some time loosening it and realigning it so the panel gap is even all around. Got the man Dan over here to help with this shit. Just gonna get the hood out of the backyard and we'll get it going. See if we can get a time lapse going or something. Let's put it on. there's the final product. As you can tell, it is not the same color. I didn't even check. It was dark when I got the hood, but I mean, still looks better than the rust and all the bad clear coat. And this car's getting resprayed anyway eventually. They're gonna go white or gray with it, so not too concerned about the mismatch. You can see the mirror, obviously same color, mismatched. Yeah, we're just gonna junk that thing. It's not worth nothing. It's all rusted up and chipping. And then we actually got the time-lapse video, just zip tying the phone to that fence. Turned out all right. But yeah, we're just gonna get this car charger port hooked back up so I can actually charge my phone in the car, and I'm gonna wash it down. I'll just show you guys what it looks like after it's all washed and cleaned up, and that'll be it for the video. All right, I think that does it for this video, guys. I'll just give you a quick walk around showing you how it looks now that it's all washed. I never really washed this car prior, so I mean, I'm surprised how much shine the paint still had in it. Even though it's peeling, I think it looks, you know, way better than it did. I used some McGuire's wheel cleaner. That turned out awesome. A lot of the brake dust came right off, and then just kind of cleaned the panels up, especially that one, as I was sitting in some guy's backyard. So I got that all cleaned up, vacuumed it out, new air freshener. I'll keep you guys posted. I might be getting a Momo steering wheel tonight to throw in here. If I do, I'll make a short video, you know, how to get it off, how to put it on. That might be tonight or sometime this week. I'm also moving soon, so luckily I'll have a little area to paint. So next up's definitely looking at painting the dashboard, painting the center console, and I'm thinking painting the wheels too. Getting them like just nothing crazy, just the usual brushed metal finish. But yeah, I think that's all for that video, guys. Be sure to subscribe to stay up to date on this build. You know, like this video, help the channel out, and you can always support the channel with the GoFundMe. There will be merchandise eventually if this channel ever gets big enough, but for now I just have the GoFundMe out if you're ever looking to support it. But I'll catch you later, guys. Thanks for watching.